really need? What are the ingredients that you really need to make a great color look? Okay, because there are rules, and then there's breaking the rules. And really, as long as what you do it with confidence and it suits you, anything goes. There are no dramas with color. Color is just fun. Color is something that can enhance our own natural beauty and make us stand taller and, you know, walk proud and be able to put that great energy out into the world. And I don't know if you'll agree with me, Chloe, but, you know, quarantine's kind of been a little like hard, right?
Yeah, I agree. Second that.
And have you ever spent time in quarantine, this quarantine season, right, where you haven't done anything for your face and you haven't done anything for your hair, and maybe you've stayed in your robe or your PJs till later in the day, and it kind of makes you feel a bit gucky,
unmotivated?
Yeah, it lowers our energy. So, you know, sometimes, you know, people have said to me, because they've seen like my Instagram and my Facebook, Eleanor, you're in quarantine, why are you wearing makeup? I'm like, really? Because it makes me feel good, you know?
Yep. Oh, you're preaching to the choir.
It's a mood changer, yeah? It's a mood changer. The thing about it is finding something that suits your mood and something that suits your personality, okay? So that's what we're going to do today. So I said there are rules and then we break the rules. So let me go through the rules to start with. Okay. Number one, your makeup game will never be a 10 if your skincare game is a 2. Let me say that again. Your makeup game will never be a 10 if your skincare game is a 2, okay? So if you're washing your face with soap and water or something that's making you break out and causing uneven, rough texture, your makeup's not gonna look good. So you need to see, class number 1 is seeing Chloe and helping her help you have flawless skin to start with, because that's your canvas. That's your base, right? Acacia's saying guilty as charged. Oh, well, you're brave to admit it, you know, but awareness is the key. And certainly smoothing out your skin surface so it can take color is the number 1. By the way, your mom's on now. Tracy made it. Hi, Tracy.
Yeah, they have like a 5-minute delay. I wonder, that's not on our end, right? That's there.
I think it's just as things connect. So. But anyway, so ladies, the number 1 rule, okay, make sure your skincare game is good. Number 2, I cannot emphasize this enough, but brushes are really important. If you are trying to do your makeup with your finger, if you're using a cotton bud, a Q-tip, or one of those horrid like spongy applicators that you get at the pharmacy counter in the pharmacy like eyeshadow collection, and the little spongy tip is disintegrating because it's so old. Ladies, that's not going to give you a good blend, okay? Never going to give you a good blend. So having brushes are key. Unfortunately, Chloe and Mary Kay, we have amazing brush sets that do not cost you ridiculous amounts. You know, you'll be surprised at like going to Sephora, Ulta, places like that. You can spend $30 upwards on just one single brush.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right? Our Mary Kay brush collection, which I have a few more brushes, obviously, because I can. But the 5-piece brush collection that I'm going to show you today, 55. Get out. That is a steal, an absolute steal. And our brushes are quality brushes, synthetic bristles, which means that you know we can control the standard of them. Easy to clean. We even have. So that's the second rule. Okay. Third rule. So if you got this so far, skincare game has to be good. Are you listening, ladies? Skincare game has to be good. Number 2, brushes have to be great. They do not have to be expensive, but they do have to be Mary Kay quality. Okay. And number 3 is what colors best suit you. Okay. Now, here's where it can change person to person. Chloe's coloring is different from my coloring. Does that mean we can't wear the same colors? We can totally wear the same colors, but there are going to be colors that probably look better on her than they do on me, and maybe colors that look better on my coloring than they do on blonde coloring. So she has blonde hair and brown eyes, and I have blue-gray eyes and brown hair, okay? I'm going to show you a very simple color, eye color today that anyone can use. But if you want to intensify your blue or your gray, you want to use the opposite color, okay? If you want to enhance Chloe's brown eyes, you want to use the opposite color, okay? So, for instance, when I work with my ladies, say they have deep, dark chocolate brown eyes, I would probably pick something in our color palette collection. And this is my palette, so excuse the sort of well-usedness, but I would probably pick some purples, because purple and blue is a brilliant color contrast for a brown, okay? It doesn't mean we have to look like sort of 80s throwback Mimi Bobek with blue eyeshadow all the way up here. You can apply blue really subtly and make it look beautiful. And for me, on the color wheel, the opposite to blue is sort of orange and red. Well, I'm not going to put red eyeshadow on, okay? But the amberies, you know, we've got this shiny penny here. We've got these deep chocolate browns, this cinnabar here. These are all fabulous colors to enhance the blue eye, okay? So let me know in the comments what color eyes you have, okay? I'd be really interested to know. So while you comment there, let's go over the rules of the game. Should we go over the rules, Chloe?
Sorry,
Yes,
I can
Chloe.
barely hear you right now.
Alrighty. What did you say, Lovey?
Yeah, I can barely hear you right now. I don't know why.
Let me check my volume. Can everyone else hear okay? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Or I'll just have to project. Use my diaphragm. Project from my diaphragm, as my drama teacher used to say. Is that better? Is that a bit louder?
Not really. I don't know if it's a problem on my end, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Are you having trouble hearing us? I see that Emily has blue eyes. Tracy has blue eyes. Emily can hear us, so that's good. Thanks, Emily. All right, and Tracy, you can hear us those too. Well, we're doing a bit of, you know, as we do with our skincare classes, our virtuals are no different. We love to give away prizes and freebies, and Briar Valley loves to be involved, I'm sure. Here on the screen. So tonight we're going to give away what's called our Petite palette. So again, this is one of our magnetic palettes that you can design with the colors that you want in it. So this would be kind of great petite palette for someone with brown eyes. It's got like a silvery gray, it's got granite, it's got this evening star, it's got some highlighters too, okay? So this is gonna be what's available as one of our free gifts today. So you're gonna want to play along. So who's ready to play along with some tic-tac-toe? Now I know that Emily and Tracy are pretty familiar with tic-tac-toe. I don't know if Grandma is, so you might want to teach tell Grandma about tic-tac-toe. But Chloe, Grandma's on, and Acacia's on. So ladies, take your piece of paper and make your tic-tac-toe grid, okay? And anytime Chloe or myself talks about any product that you're interested in, curious about, or maybe you know that you just know that you know you want to have that in your bathroom at home, and you wish you could use that, you're going to put it down in, oh, wrong way. You're going to put it down in a box of your tic-tac-toe, okay? Okay, so, and let me know who gets the first tic-tac-toe. So Grandma has blue eyes too. So you'd be following very much, ladies, the colors that I'm using. Okay, so before we even get onto eyes, let's talk about foundation, okay? Now, Chloe, tell everyone what foundation that you've been using with Mary Kay.
I think I heard you correctly, but I just want to let you know it's still kind of like chopping in and out. But I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need a new phone. Okay, Anyways, I used to wear a really heavy foundation. It was just drugstore. It was really thick, almost tattoo covering. But ever since I started wearing Mary Kay, I have stuck to my CC cream. And it actually is still part of the Mary Kay skincare line because it's really great for your skin. It's not cakey, it's not, and it has SPF 15. It's just really great. And my biggest reason for loving it is that I love my freckles, but any kind of makeup that covers my redness, my like Irish uneven tone, just totally blots them out. So, so that's what I use every day. And I also start with my primer too.
Excellent. Yeah, that's the base for your canvas. And if you don't know what we're talking about and you've never seen the primer before, I can show you really quickly and easily how great the primer is. So, of course, I have to get to the right page. And now it's not showing me that immediately. Isn't that always fun? But the primer is basically like a clear, almost it feels sort of like soft, like velvet. And what that does, ladies, is that smooths over your canvas so that, and this is important, so that your foundation, whatever you're using, whether you're using the CC cream that Chloe's telling you about or the one I'm about to tell you about, so it doesn't sit in your pores, okay? Because nobody wants to have that horrid kind of like pixelated foundation in your pores kind of picture, okay? So, alrighty. So here we go. I'm hoping, yes. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this picture so you can see the difference that it makes. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you will see, this is the same woman. You'll see her nose on the left. She's using, not using the primer. She's just put her foundation over her moisturizer, and you can kind of see that the foundation's sitting there in the pores. And the one on the right, of course, she's used the primer and it's smoothed over without blocking her pores, and it's created that really great canvas for the foundation to go on. Okay, so I'm going to show you that right now. And so this side of my face is made up apart from lipstick and stuff. So I'm going to take my beauty blending. I love this brush. This isn't one of my favorite brushes, Chloe. I think this is such great value. For $16, get out. When this came out, one of my very, very dear customer friends said to me, you know, Eleanor, I was looking for one of those in like Ulta or Sephora, I think. And she said, and it was like $50, $60. This is just 16. Deal. So I'm going to be using a foundation that's a little bit different from Chloe's. Okay, so I have freckles too, but I love the CC cream. When I go to the shore in the summer, hopefully we might be able to do that again this year. I don't know. We'll see. But I use a slightly sort of thicker. But when I say thicker, that really does it a disservice because people think liquid foundation must be heavy. And our liquid foundation isn't heavy, okay? But what it does is it's very light, but it has more pigment to it, okay? So it's more pigmented than what Chloe's using right now, okay? And as I blend it down on my face, it's going to oxidize and it's gonna give me more coverage, okay? So I love this, but it's going to blend seamlessly into my jawline. So you shouldn't see any line of demarcation. Now, this also means that if I ever have that time of the month where maybe I've broken out a little bit around my jawline, or, you know, I'm 32 weeks pregnant, so I'm a little hormonal.
Never.
So if I have to cover anything up, you know, this is going to give me more coverage than Chloe's one, okay? So this you have to color match, and it takes into consideration undertone, okay? What do I mean by undertone? Well, there are 3 different undertones, alrighty? There is cool undertone, warm undertone, or neutral undertone. And how we can usually tell which one you are, and please go ahead and tell me in the comments, is this is the way we do it. So if you were to go out in the sunshine with no SPF, which I would never recommend, okay? Don't ever do that because you don't want to harm your skin. But if you went out in the sunshine without any sunscreen, without your day cream from Chloe, would you burn and then go back to the color you were before? Or would you burn and then your burn turn into a tan? Or would you tan and tan all day long and not have to worry? Okay, so let me know in the comments. And I see, Chloe, that Grandma has already got a tic-tac-toe. Awesome, Grandma. What do I call Grandma? What's Grandma's name for Eleanor?
Elaine.
Elaine. Well, thank you, Elaine, to be our first tic-tac-toe. That's wonderful. Keep going, because if you get a super tic-tac-toe, you get more points, okay? Points mean prizes. Alrighty, so now we have this canvas, okay? Now I'm gonna go in and talk about eye colors and eye application, okay? So there are of different ways to do your eye makeup, okay? And really, you know, when we're through this pandemic, getting together with Chloe and getting to play with the brushes and use those, you are going to learn so much about your eye shape and your face shape and how the two complement each other and what you can do to make your eyes look big and bold and beautiful, okay? But it tends to be that when we come up with a color palette, we tend to pick 3 colors, okay? So for instance, I'm gonna take this perfect palette here and describe these 3 colors, okay? So you'll see I have a very light color, I have a sort of medium color, and then I have a dark color, okay? Most color looks, you will pick 3 colors, okay? Now, if you go on like YouTube and Instagram, you will see people use hundreds of colors. But ladies, let's be real. Who has time for that in the morning, right? But 3 will blend together nicely. 3 is kind of that trifecta, that magic number. So this is what we refer to as a highlighter. So that is the lightest one that's going to bring highlight, okay? This one is the mid-tone. It's the medium one. Surprise. It's the one that's going to give a little bit of depth and kind of be that transition color, okay? And then we have what we call the accent shade, okay? No, it doesn't speak French. I have an accent like that, but it gives that little powerful dramatic accent, okay? So it really can add the drama. Now, you can wear the same 3 colors in the day, or you can still wear the same 3 colors at night. It's really the dark one, this one, that takes the drama, whether it's a day look or a night look. And that's super cool, Chloe, because if you have ladies who have this perfect palette and they're going from work out to a hot date, okay, and they're going on a hot date, they can always take the palette with them and you just up the ante at the end of the day. You could take your brush and you could take more of that dark shade and add a bit more, okay? So, really customizable. I see that Acacia has asked a question. She rarely burns, but if I do, it gets pink. It doesn't happen in a day or 2, it turns into a tan. So Acacia, you'd probably, okay, I'm neutral. So then we discuss, okay, are you ivory or are you beige? I'm a light beige. So I'm beige, neutral, 150, okay? So, you asked another question. I think I missed something. How do you get tic-tac-toe? Well, number 1, you take a piece of paper and you write yourself a grid. And then every time we mention something that you're interested in, curious about, or you know, because you just know, you want to have it in your bathroom at home, you're going to write that thing that we're talking about in the box. You don't have to have a proper name. If it's just like the nice brush, you can write the nice brush, you know, beauty blending. If it's the giant compact, you can put the giant compact, you know? So write whatever you would like. Hey, Chloe?
I call the brush the bunny brush.
The bunny brush, it's like, what is it like?
It actually feels like a bunny.
Yes, like kissing your face. I love it, love it. Okay, so we're gonna dive in. So in the brush collection, okay, you get 5 brushes. So let me describe them to you because we're going to use 3 of them right now. Okay, so this is my very well used brush collection, and these 5 are the ones that come with the brushes. Okay, so you have 3 eye brushes and 2 cheek brushes. So I'm going to take out my eye brushes, and we have an all over eye brush, and even tells you, so if you're not very confident with your eye makeup, tells you what they are, all over eye brush. Okay, so that's the one, you're taking the lightest color, going all over your eye. Then we have the crease brush. Guess what it's called? It's called eye crease. Then we have this one. Okay, this is one of my favorites. It's so good. And it's called the eye smudger. Okay, so this is made really simple for you ladies. Okay, so I'm going to show you just a basic application with my eyes. Okay, now I have standard shape eyes, so I don't have a deep crease. I have to kind of fake one. I have to make one. So I take firstly my all over eye brush. Okay, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take, I have this one here, which is Candlelight. Now, I don't know if you can see this color here, has a little bit of shimmer to it, and it's just a really great base color. So I take that in at the inside corner of my eye, and I'll often go in a little bit so it's on the tear duct. So I bring some lightness and brightness to that tear duct area. Okay, and the only sort of eye shape I wouldn't do that for is for ladies who have wide set eyes, because when you have lightness here, yes, it brightens up your eyes, but it can make your eyes look sort of further apart. If you've got wide set eyes, you don't want them to look any further apart, right? So I put that in there. I'm patting over my eyelid, and actually, because this is such a light color, I can take it up and highlight underneath my brow. Okay, so I basically, this one's idiot proof, Chloe, because I basically go everywhere with this color. Okay, and whether you have brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, sky blue, pink eyes, ladies, you can use this this Candlelight color. It really is a really usable color. Okay, so next, do you see I've just got a little bit of shimmer there? If I were like doing a quick out the door look and say I didn't have time to do any more eye color, I would certainly take my fabulous mascara, the Lash Intensity, which is just here, and I would give myself tons of lashes, and I would still look polished and put together. I'd still look bright-eyed and wide awake because I've got some shimmer and a little bit of something on my eyelid. Okay, next I'm going to take the crease brush. Okay, love this brush. Okay, now with my look for blue eyes, and it seems that we have mostly blue-eyed girls, Van Morrison would be so disappointed. He didn't have a song about blue-eyed girls. Sang brown-eyed girls, didn't he? But now I'm going to take the Cinnabar. So Cinnabar is this gorgeous, I love this color. It's kind of like a milk chocolate brown, okay? It's not a deep espresso, it's a milk chocolate. It's so wearable. If you are a brown or a green-eyed girl, it's my like everyday go-to, you know? So I've put it at the end of this crease brush. Now where do I go with this, okay? Well, Chloe, with your shape eyes and with my shape eyes, we have to sort of cheat up a bit. So if I kept this just to where my natural crease is, you're really going to see a lot of the color. It's not going to make a big impact. If you have what we call hooded eyes, you'd hardly see it at all, you know, because the color would be in the crease and you've got a hood coming down over the crease. So here's where you cheat a little bit. Okay, so I'm coming in at the outside corner of my eye, where the end of my eye finishes. Do you see I just put a little strike there, okay? This is a marker for me, okay? I'm not gonna leave it like that. It would look a bit weird, wouldn't it? But I'm using it as a marker, okay? And it's where the end of my eye really goes up to my crease. And actually, if we were to extend along, that's where the end of my brow is, okay? And now I'm gonna sweep this brush with the Cinnabar, and I'm going to sweep it not just in the crease, but over the crease, okay? Do you see where I just went with that? Now, right now, that looks a little what I'd call drag queen. Which means that it's sort of a harsh line, okay? We're gonna blend that together. And that's really another rule of I'm up. You blend, right, Chloe?
Amen.
So I'm just gonna come in and sweep, and I kind of call this brush is such a great brush because it kind of drives the bus. I'm not like, I'm a little directionally challenged. I'm not artistic. But this is sort of, I just go in here and it drives the bus, okay? Simple, easy, right? Now, it doesn't look like this one yet because I haven't blended it because I need to add my accent shade, okay? So we've done our highlighter, we've done our mid-tone. And if I wanted to make it more dramatic, I could just bring more mid-tone in and, okay? So it's really up to you how much or how little you want for how much impact you want. Okay, ladies, do you have any questions so far? Is this all fairly easy to follow, or is it double Dutch? I do. Okay, so we're going to add some accent shade. This is where we're going to bring the drama, bring the smokiness, and have it all blend together, right? So the color that I'm using now is up here. It's called Hot Fudge. And it's another color in the Mary Kay collection that's a matte color. So my first color was a shimmer. My second color, the Cinnabar, was a matte. My last one is a matte, okay? Ooh, we have Nadia Flitcroft on. I haven't met Nadia before. Hello, Nadia. I'm Eleanor. I'm Chloe's Mary Kay granny. So tell me, how do you know Nadia?
Nadia is one of my best friends. We are beach babes, workout babes. We miss working out together so bad. That's one of the things. I mean, you can work out at home, but working out with your, workout buddy is totally different.
Like having an accountability partner, right?
Yeah. She's been
it's like and having a Mary Kay buddy. It's like it wouldn't be as fun if you weren't here, right?
Huge. Oh yeah.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna take, well, it's lovely to meet you, Nadia. I'm gonna take the smudger brush now, and this has the darkest shade that we're gonna come in, and basically I'm gonna go over just where I went before, right? So I'm going over and making that strike, making that mile marker again, okay? And then I'm gonna go a little bit into the, just below that cinnabar to give it even more depth. Because don't forget, with my shape eyes, I don't have much of a crease. So I'm kind of cheating. I'm smoke and mirrors, making it appear like there's a crease. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of that hot fudge. And I'm going to just go in here along my lash line. Now, because this is a smudger brush, I can do that. It's sort of tapered to do that. It's almost like it's giving you a soft eyeliner line, okay? So I'm just smudging it through. And actually, let me tell you a little pro tip about this brush because I love it. We have cream pressed eyeliners, but if you find it difficult to, like, do a smooth line, and maybe you get a in your line, you can take your smudger brush and just go ooh, 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 and it kind of softens it and smokes it, and it just makes it look brilliant. Okay, so never worry if you've kind of like, oh, whoops, haven't done, this one doesn't match that one. You know what? They're never going to, because your eyes are not identical. I took a picture of myself this morning where I was showing a mascara, and I noticed, my gosh, my nostrils are so different in shape. Your whole face is asymmetric, so don't worry about it. Just, remember, they're sisters, not twins. Okay. So I've gone along the lash line with this one here, and as I blend it together, Chloe, why don't you tell everyone about your color look today and what you're using? Because you're going for a more neutral eye and a bolder lip, right?
Yeah, so I normally, when I go out or whatever, I would do a look like Eleanor's doing with the 3 colors, and I do that kind of often, but today, because of the bold lip, and just because I have a bold lip doesn't mean I couldn't do a bolder eye, but I prefer, if you're wearing a bolder lip, to go softer on the eye. So I'm wearing a one lighter shade all over, like Eleanor showed you with my brush for idiots. All over, and I highlight under the brow because it's got a nice shimmer to it, but it's not super pink or super dark. It's just kind of a neutral, gives you a shimmer natural look. It's kind of enhancing your natural beauty. And then this is one of my favorite Mary Kay products. It's amazing. Okay, this is a liquid eyeshadow, and it's called Light Beam, and it's pretty true to its name. Also another neutral color that enhances your natural look. And I've tried other brands of this type of product, and what I usually don't like about them is they don't go on smooth, and after they go on, they're kind of stuck, and you can't blend them. Whereas with this, it comes out super nice and pigmented. I don't know if you can see the pigment. And I also like to highlight the corner of my eye because I don't have very wide set eyes and I want to brighten them up. I also kind of have smaller eyes, so it kind of gives them some brightness. Here, let me bring my mirror over here so you can see what I'm doing. And I start at the corner, and I am almost lining my eyes. And I go pretty wild with it because it's pretty neutral. And I kind of like to ask for forgiveness rather than permission, so I go wild and then I blend it. And this is just brightening up. It's not anything super artificial. And then I just go in and pat, 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 pat. I don't know if you can see everything. So what we end up with is like super bright, super natural beauty. And like when I just woke up and I have to be somewhere really quick, it's a super easy, fun way to get ready for the day and not look like I just rolled out of bed.
I love that. You know, it's easy. And, you know, you're a mom. So you might not have time that you had when you weren't a mom to do a 3-step eye look, right? But if you can do something that makes you polished and put together really quickly, so much the better. Okay. So while Chloe was doing that, I hope you saw I took the eyeshadow all over brush, and I basically just, you know, I wasn't too precious about it. I just windshield wiped it. Windshield. You know, if in doubt, always blend. Now this one is still a little heavier than this one. So, you know, I'd go in with the candlelight again and just bring it down a notch. You know, it's like all good. This one also I did at sort of like 9 a.m. this morning. And this one I'm doing now. So, you know, let's blended it a little bit. So what am I going to do next? I'm going to add my eyeliner. Now, as I said, we have a number of different eyeliners in our lineup here. I've got to find where I've put everything. So where is it? I'll find it. So we have a cream pressed eyeliner, and these are twister eyeliners. What I love about this, it gives glides on really smoothly. You take off the little knobby thing on the lid, and that's a little sharpener. So if I wanted to get like a really tapered tip on this, I could do, which is really great. We also have gel eyeliner, and we have liquid eyeliner. And our liquid eyeliner is also waterproof. That's what I was looking for. Here it is. Thank goodness I found it. So this is what I'm using right now, and this is what I'm going to show you. Now I love this because it's a really nice 5-tip pen. Okay, basically I've used some of these in the past that have had like a really long flimsy liquid applicator, and I haven't got on with it. I've used ones that are super chunky and I haven't got on with it, but this is kind of like perfect. Okay, now what I'll do to get it sort of going and flowing, I'll put a little bit on my hand and then wash that off. And the main rule with this is no dramas. You know, I don't race to get it across my lid. I go in a little, and match up the dots. Okay, it's like connect the dots. So I come in You can tell I'm concentrating when I'm not talking, right?
Yeah, and while you're doing that, just want to say I love liquid eyeliner like this, and I usually use it, but it's sometimes hard for me because I'm not so great at, like, I can't believe, Eleanor, you're doing this with a phone in your hand or a mirror in your hand. Like, I really need like 6 hands and like no pressure, nobody watching. So I actually really love the crayon one when I am stressed for time because it's really forgiving and it goes on much more pigmented than other crayons that I've used in the past. So I never could use them. I always had to use the liquid because it was the only thing I can get that was pigmented. So if I didn't have time, I'd have to stick with that one, or I'd have to not wear any.
I think eyeliner, it just makes your lashes look really so much thicker when you've got your mascara on, you know? So I hope you saw sort of, I just went along. This, what I like about it is that you can do a little bit of cat's eye, okay? Now that's maybe a different class for a different night, but we can talk about it a little. Would you like to hear? I'll tell you. By the way, I said I've never tried the liquid eyeshadow, and such nice colors. I mean, Emily, it's easy. Our mom as well, so it's just easy.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah, and it's got that little bit of shimmy, shimmer. You can wear it over, oh, I didn't mean to do that. You can wear it with other colors as well. So if now Chloe wanted to have a little bit of depth and put some powder shadows over that, she could, okay? Really forgiving. So what I do here to give a little cat's eye is I match up again the outside corner of my eyelid and I do a little flick, okay? So, oh, hang on.
See how quickly you just did that? It takes me a few more minutes.
Well, and again, sisters, not twins. So we go up, sort of match the outside where it comes down on my lower rim. I match that up with that, and then I come back in, swoop it back in to meet up. So hopefully you can see that, okay? And that's all to make my eye look bigger rather than smaller. I think your eyes are, my puppies come here to say hello. I think, you know, Chloe was talking before about, you know, just because you wear a bold lip doesn't mean you can't do a bold lip. But it tends to be that you want a balance. And for me, I usually go for a more muted lip, a kind of more natural lip, and a sort of bigger eye, because that's where I want the attention, right? That doesn't mean to say I can't do a bright red lipstick. I love doing a bright red lipstick because I think that really enhances the blue. Again, color contrast enhances the blue of my eye. But I'll tend to, if I do one, I'll
Me too. That's just how I feel.
Yeah. So next, we've done our eyeliner. Now we need to add some lashes. So the first thing I'm doing here is the lash primer, okay? Our lash primer is pretty amazing. It's clear. And what I do is you can still use your eyelash curlers. So I'm going to go in just to give myself a little bit of lift because my lashes are fairly flat. Do you see I'm pumping? So I go in at the root and I sort of walk it out, walk it out. I'm not just going crunch, okay? Instead I'm going in and I'm walking out. So it's, okay. You don't have to use these, but I think it's a great tool if you want to open your lid a little bit more. Okay, then I go in with the clear primer. You shouldn't really see it. It goes on colorless. And what I like about this is it just, you know, it kind of detangles my lashes. But what it's doing is it's giving them a clear coat. So when I go to put on my mascara, they're going to be thicker and they're going to be longer, okay? And if I'm going to something like hot yoga, or I'm crying because I'm a Gemini, it stays on because this locks it on, okay? Has anyone else got a tic-tac-toe yet, or is it grandma? Just grandma has the monopoly on tic-tac-toe. you probably missed the tic-tac-toe rules. So I don't know if you know the tic-tac-toe game, but every time, if you've got a piece of paper, grab your piece of paper, and every time you see something that we talk about that you like, or you'd like to know more about, or you want it in your bathroom at home, and then write it down in the tic-tac-toe boxes. And then you have 3 in a row. Shout out tic-tac-toe. Okay, so now mascara etiquette. Now, which is your favorite mascara of the ones you've used so far, Chloe?
Sorry, it's doing that thing again. But you're talking about the mascara I use, yeah?
Yeah, which one do you love?
Okay, I love the Ultimate Mascara. I have it right here. Because it has it's not anything special type of brush, but it goes on really smooth and I can layer it. I like to layer. I like to, put it on, wait a few minutes, and then go back, because my first application isn't always perfect.
Well, and I think most women who are in a rush, it's never perfect, but we make the imperfect perfect, don't we?
And throughout the day, I like to be able to, put some more on later, and it really bugs me if I can't go back over.
Yeah. Well, the one that Chloe's using is our standard. It's $15. It has that very traditional spoolie. The one I'm going to show you today is a little bit different. This is our $18 one, so it is a few dollars more expensive, but I think it's totally worth it. It has 2 types of bristles. Okay, so look at my look right now. Look at my look right now with lashes without. I think it makes a big difference. Lashes make a huge difference. So I'm going to take my lash intensity, and I'm going to come down on my lashes to start with. Now, I know that seems a bit weird and counterintuitive, but go with me. And make sure they all have a coat from the top, okay? And that's something that I learned, a pageant trick that gets you more flat lashes. So then I take this black mascara, always black, ladies. Don't let anyone try and tell you differently. Always black mascara. Not always black eyeliner, but always black mascara, okay? You're then gonna wiggle it up the root, and it's just gonna make such a difference to your look, okay? So I'm not being awfully precious with it. I'm just wiggling it on up 2, 3, 10 times. And there we go, okay? Now, I do tease the bottom lashes. I don't get a lot of dark circles, so I have no problem having a bit of dark there, but I do take it across rather than vertically. I notice when ladies tend to do vertically, that's when they get clumpy, okay? So I think they're about even now. Should that look even? Emily says, take it from someone with invisible lashes. They're important. Yes, absolutely. Now, how are you getting on there, Chloe?
Beautifully.
It's super. So what I want to show you now, do you notice there's still a difference between my eyes? Can anyone notice what the difference is? All right, can anyone see what the difference in my eyes is? I'll give you a clue. You see it, Chloe? This eyebrow. This eyebrow has brow tint in it. This eyebrow does not. So this looks like a bit of a rebel right now, okay? So I'm going to show you how really quickly and easily I make it look a little better, okay? Now, we have 3 different lash and brow products. Well, brow products. Number 1, we have a brow serum that's also a lash serum. This does not change the color of your eye. Emily got it. You got it, Emily. Brows, she said.
Of course.
Lash and brow building serum. This stuff is amazing. It's $36. It's clear. And when I go to bed at night, I paint that along my lash line and through my eyebrows. And it helps my lashes and brows be full and thick. And as we age, our lashes and brows become brittle and sparse. So if we condition them with an oil-free eye makeup remover, and then we're giving them the ingredients they need to grow strong and thick and healthy, that's really the thing to do, okay? Love this thing. Now, there are a lot of other companies out there that don't use good ingredients that can harm your eyes, but there is nothing in Mary Kay because we adhere to that European standard. It is safe for you to use. Okay, so let me show you the brow tint that I'm going to show you today. This is the dark brunette. And I'm taking off, you can see I'm sort of like, I'm taking off a lot there on the end. And that's because a little of this goes a really long way. You know, that little tube will last me months and months and months. So I come in, not quite at the beginning, because I want to get a little off the brush first. But it's like a little mini mascara. Can you see that? Okay. And I comb it through my existing brow. Okay. And this is not only giving it sort of extra intensity. What this does is that it has little microfibers, and the little microfibers attach to the existing hairs. So who wouldn't this product be for? Okay. If you had really patchy brows, this product would not be for you. You know, you would want to use an eyebrow pencil. We have precision pencils, and our precision pencils are great. But I have pretty full eyebrows, so I can use this. Chloe, I have a question.
No, I'm saying I do not have full eyebrows. I've grown my eyebrows out for literally like 3 months without even touching them, and this is what they look like with pencil on them. So they're very, very
natural. You've done a really good job there.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely need to create them from scratch.
You know, I'm just sort of, I get a bit eyebrow perfectionist, so.
Yeah, it's almost like my most important feature. Like if I don't have my eyebrows, I don't have anything.
This kind of gels it in place as well, because I have long brows, so, you know, if I took my sweater off, they'd go halfway up my forehead. So. But do you see how that looks much more polished and professional now? Awesome. And see, Emily has a tic-tac-toe, so yay. Now, not asking, do I know the ingredients in the lash serum? Oh, girlfriend. I wish I knew every single ingredient in every single product, but my brain is only so big. But Chloe has, and I have, as a Mary Kay consultant, we have accessibility to our Mary Kay portal, our website, which basically every single product, from our charcoal face mask to our lash primer, we have a full list of ingredients. So she can go in there and pull up that product and tell you every single ingredient in that. So if ever you've got something that you want to like, oh, maybe I'm allergic to this, or maybe I'm looking for this ingredient or that ingredient, Chloe can tell you. She can inform you as the beauty expert that she is. Okay. Let's rattle and roll, because I see we're a little behind schedule. I'm going to show you my next two brushes. This is my favorite cheek brush. It even says cheek brush. Oh, that's in the French, but they're in the English. Cheek. So you can't be wrong. You can't go wrong. And it's kind of an interesting brush because it has this ferrule in it. Do you see where you put your thumb? Boop. Okay, so I hold that there. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to show you a very simple basic contour, okay? And this is what I do every day, most days, even in quarantine, yes. And it's super easy. It's not like the contouring that you see on Instagram where someone has like makeup an inch thick. We don't do that. We're not Kardashians. So I'm using actually our limited edition gilded gold, which has this sort of marble of shimmer through it. And I go in, I don't know if you can see where I've gone in there on the brush, but I've gone quite low on the brush, okay? I want the stiff bristles, the lower down ones. And I suck in my cheeks because I want this to be in the hollow of my cheeks, okay? So make your fish face, ladies. And I'm putting that there, okay? I'm coming in from my sort of temple area, and I don't come any further than where my eye dissects my cheek, okay? So that's where I'm coming down to, right? Now, of course, light is an important thing, and we still got some natural light, so hopefully you can see that okay. I also go in at my nose where the sun would kiss me, a little sun kiss, and my chin and my forehead too. So what you're making there is basically you know, like a 3, okay, with the bronzer. Okay, but I go in, that's where I put the majority. Where you go in the first place is where you're gonna have the majority of the powder go. Okay, now I'm gonna do, so that's my dark stripe. Now, one of my fabulous girlfriends and Mary Kay colleagues, Rachel, she calls this Neapolitan ice cream. So that's your chocolate. Next you do your strawberry, then you do your vanilla. You blend it all together, right? So next I'm gonna pick this Rogue Rose here, which is this nice pink. That's suitable for most skins, okay? And here I'm going in up my apple of my cheeks. And it's just like, okay, there was the bronzer, there is this, okay? So there is the Rogue Rose, okay? And I'm going back and forth. Oof. And then I go in for this one, which is our highlighter, okay? This one is called Glazed, and that's the one going on the top of my cheekbone, okay? And the reason I want the top of my cheekbone have a little bit of brightness is because light brings things forward, dark makes things recede, okay? So I've got the lightest here to make me look like I have these sort of like, well, right? And then it recedes where it's darker. Now this isn't an attractive look, but when I relax my face, it gives my face more shape. I don't have great cheekbones, so this allows me to pretend that I do.
You too? Oh my gosh. Seriously?
Oh, thank you. And then I take the powder brush. It's the last brush in the Mary Kay set, and I just blend everything together. I want it to look like a well-placed bronzer and cheek color makes you look like you've lost 5 pounds, okay? And people often say if you take like a bronzer and put it underneath here, like it sharpens your jawline. So as you age and as you start to worry about, oh, hello, as you age and as you start to worry about, you know, maybe this not looking as tight because maybe you're not using your Mary Kay firm from Chloe. You know, you have tricks there, okay? So there's also in my big palette here, you'll see this one. So let me just tell you about this one. This is a pressed powder. So if I had, you know, something that I just wanted to sort of seal the deal, maybe I had a blemish and I've put on my liquid, but I just kind of want to cover things over, then that's where I use that, okay? So this, that's the color look, okay, for cheeks and bronzer and a little bit of highlight. So last thing, I'm going to share with you a little bit of lips, okay? Are you ready for a little bit of lips, Chloe?
Oh yes, my favorite.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few extra things that I know because you're brand new, you don't have, but that I love. And ladies, if you are lipstick ladies, you will love these too. This is the first one. It is actually called Time Wise Age Fighting Lip Primer, okay? Because I know you're very young, Chloe. I'm a little bit older, just a little bit older, little bit. But lip lines are something that I do not want, number one. And number two, as we get older, our lips can feather and bleed, you know? Have you ever seen that with ladies who put on like red lipstick and then it like travels? Well, I don't want that to happen. Okay, so I take this twists up. It feels really good on. It's like a silky balm. And I just put that on my lip line and over my lip line because that's anti-aging, okay? Now it has a little white tint to it, but nothing that changes color. I just sort of have to bring it down on my Filtrum a bit. So that's my step one. My step two is that I use a lip liner. Now we have fantastic shades of lip liner, and truly, as a purist, you want to pick a lip liner that is close to your lipstick color. But I cheat because I want something that will kind of go with everything. So ladies, I tend to use like this one, which is called Medium Nude, because it still makes my lips look fuller, but kind of goes with everything, okay? So if in doubt, Medium Nude. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do half so you can see the difference with lip liner and without, okay? So I sort of go on my top lip and then feather it out. And then I go on my bottom lip. Okay. Do you see the difference?
Huge.
and I have thin lips. So when I smile, like without lip liner, I look like E.T. because I smile and I've suddenly got no lip. Well, look at the difference. Cool. Huh? This is just $12. Love it. This is $25. And this not only is it anti-aging, but ladies, this is going to hold your lipstick on so much better. Okay. So if you're someone who is like, oh, I constantly hate the fact that my lipstick will be on my coffee mug or my wine glass or my, you know, my fella. This, it locks it on a bit more. So I'm going to do the other side. While I do the other side, why don't you tell everyone what color you're wearing today?
Okay, this is one of my favorites. It's red stiletto. As you can see, it's super rosy red, like Taylor Swift, baby. And my lips also disappear when I smile. So I don't use the lip liner all the time, but when I'm using a bright color like this, I kind of line my lips to start and then fill the rest in.
Super. So I love the color that Chloe is wearing. What a beautiful, real, rich red. Now I've just put on the medium nude, but I kind of love the color just as it is. It kind of really matches the look I'm going for today. But I'm going to show you another one of our, because I can, one of our other matte lipsticks. And you know, you may have tried mattes in the past, ladies, but our mattes are really creamy smooth. You know, so even if you've been anti-matte because they dry you out, these won't. They feel so super creamy and they stay on really well. If
They do not feel like matte at all. It's amazing.
Creamy dreamy. So I'm going to use this color. This is called Blush Velvet. If you like a kind of nude, it's a beautiful nude. Okay, so I just go over where I've lip lined. Okay. And there we have it. Ta-da! Now, if I wanted to blot and then put on a coat, that's going to further sort of keep it on. And also another one of my tricks when I know I have a really long day, maybe I'm at a wedding and, you know, I'm doing the makeup before and then I'm being a guest and then I'm, you know, drinking cocktails and having a great time and you know, dancing the like fantastic till late. I'll take a little bit of, this is called translucent powder. It's a white powder. Anyone can use it, any skin tone. Put a little bit on my powder brush and then just like, and dust it over my lips, okay? It doesn't feel like I've just caked it up, but it's yet another layer that kind of gets it locked on. And if that's not enough, if you're not a powder girl, then a final finishing touch, the finishing spray. This is like a hairspray for your face, you guys, but it doesn't feel sticky. So again, when I'm working with my bridals, I'll give them a spritz of this at the end like this, close. And it feels very refreshing, smells great, and it keeps everything locked on. So I know we're not at that hot weather yet, but one lives in hope that we will have a lovely, glorious summer, because quite frankly, after this quarantine, I think we all need a bit of sunshine and happiness. And so we don't want to look like a hot, sticky mess. We want our makeup to stay on. So ladies, I hope you saw how quick and how easy creating a color look for you was today. Alexa said, I love that nude color. Thank you so much. And Chloe, that lipstick shade looks great on you, doesn't it? She looks fabulous. Yeah. So two very different looks. But here's the thing, ladies, you know, it really is getting to play and finding something that works for you that makes you feel good. In Mary Kay, we do not believe that color cosmetics or quality skincare makes you beautiful. That's an inside job, okay? That comes intrinsically. But what we do believe is that, you know, when you can look good, it makes you feel good.
So much better, yeah.
So we want you to feel good, even in quarantine, right? So I'm just going to share with you one last thing, and you can write this down on the bottom of your tic-tac-toe screen, okay? So I'm going to share my screen with you here. And let's see, 1 second. We're going to try and find it for you. Oh, here it is. So these are our sets and specials. And, you know, in Mary Kay, people often say, well, you know, I love this, but how do I get my hands on this? How do I shop with Chloe? Well, you can shop with Chloe really easily, okay? She's actually going to follow up with each of you who are on here today, and she's going to ask you some follow-up questions and see if there's anything, what you enjoyed, see if there's anything that you would love to have in your bathroom at home, and she's going to give you points for all the answers that you give. So keep hold of your tic-tac-toes, because the things that you have written down will help her guide you as to where you can save money with your Mary Kay, but will also get you points. So when you have a tic-tac-toe, you may not have said in the comments yet, because I think just Grandma and Emily have said in the comments, but you never know. If you have a tic-tac-toe and you're just being silent about it, you can go back and let us know in the comments, but that's going to give you 5 points. Then if you have 2 tic-tac-toes, that's 10 points. If you have 3 tic-tac-toes, that's 15 points. And that's called a super tic-tac-toe, which gets you another 10 points into the drawing for the little petite palette. Okay, so you will see, let me see if I can make this bigger for you. Up your glamour game. Okay, well, on the top row, of course, it has our anti-aging 20s to 40s skincare. As I said right at the beginning, your makeup game can never be a 10 if your skin is a 2. So if you have not tried the skincare with Chloe, you're going to want to have a second date with her so that you can try the skincare. The second line is the color palette. So that's our perfect palette. And you can fill that with 3 eyeshadows, a cheek color, a cheek brush, and applicators for $60.50, okay? The All About Eyes palette, because it's magnetic, you can change it up and have 6 eyeshadows and applicators instead of cheek color. Then the contour palette, that's changing it up again. And in your perfect palette, you would have a bronzer. The one I used today was called the Gilded Gold. Another one that's very popular is called Latte. You can have a highlighter. The one I used today is called Glaze. And you get with this an all over powder brush. That's the one I use for the white powder and for blending all together. And then on the third row, we have our ultimate lash bundle with the, of course, essential oil-free eye makeup remover, the lash primer. That's the white primer that makes your lashes look thicker and longer, the mascara, and the eyeliner pencil of your choice. Now you could upgrade there to the waterproof liquid pen that I showed you today. Now the Wow Brow Bundle has the brow brush. That's one of our brushes in here that looks like this. It has, oh, hang on. That's the wrong one. But we have a brush that has a little spoolie. It has also the brow and lash serum, and then the brow liner pencil or the brow that you saw me use today. The Luscious Lips bundle is the lip primer, the lip liner, and the lipstick. The foundation set on the next row is the primer, the 3D foundation, and the translucent powder. And Fast Finishes set is the lipstick. Now it says lash lengthening mascara, but it can be the mascara of your choice, the eyeliner, and the eye makeup remover. Okay. And then never forget the glam bar at the bottom, which you can get as freebies. The makeup finishing spray, the oil mattifier, that's for people with really combo oily skin. The eye primer, now I didn't put that on before we started today because we were a little bit late getting going, but that's just a white primer that holds your eye on. Blending brush, my favorite liquid brush. So here are the specials, ladies. You can get, pardon me, 2 sets and you'll get one of the glam bar items at 50%. If it were me, I would totally go for the beauty blending brush. Okay, if you get 4 sets, you get that for free. And if you get 6 sets, you get this fabulous $55 essential brush collection for free. Yes? Say it with me, it's free. So which 6 sets would you go for? As you will see, and the top set with the Time Wise Miracle 3D, that actually counts as 2 sets. Everything else counts as 1 set. So on the bottom of your tic-tac-toe, what I want you to do is answer me 3 questions, okay? You ready, Chloe, for 3 questions?
Ready.
question number 1, and thank you ladies for still sticking with us. Question number 1, if money were no object and your Hollywood hero, your Hollywood superstar gave you their credit card and said, go to town, what would you want to get if you could shop with Chloe and I would pay for you? What would you want to take home? Which of those bundles and sets would you take home? Now, Chloe is actually going to send you this set sheet and text it to you after we've finished so you can study up on this and see which you would like to get free. But no, that's where you have an unlimited shopping spree. You're going to write down what you'd like to get for free. Question number 2. If you have not tried your skincare or you want to try more things, it's a fabulous award-winning collection and you want to have a virtual sesh with your friend Chloe and get freebies, then you're going to want to write second date under number 2. And second date means you would get together virtually like we are tonight with a couple of friends and you get to try more products with Chloe and you even can get freebies. And then number 3, the final thing is one of Chloe's, the next things that she has to learn in Mary Kay is how to teach people about the Mary Kay business and what a business entitles you to. So if you're someone who just really loves Chloe and really wants to help her learn, you're going to write smart cookie, okay? If you're someone who's sitting there thinking, well, I love everything you shared today and, you know, I'd love to learn more about how Mary Kay works and benefits women who are victims of domestic violence and breast, ovarian, cervical cancer and what an amazing company it is. If that is you and you want to hear the facts about it, and maybe you're kind of curious about how we make 50% of whatever we sell. So even if you really liked what we tried today and you wanted to be a savvy shopper and shop with yourself, maybe you'd like to save 50% on your Mary Kay. Then you get to help Chloe learn how to share the business and you're going to write smart cookie. And maybe you're sitting there thinking, well, you know, I'm really looking for something more in my life right now. You know, with quarantine, I, you know, feel like I'm not really in control and I don't have security and I don't have stability. And maybe I want my own at-home business so I can make money from home and put my priorities of faith first, family second, and career third in order. Then maybe you want to write smart cookie. If you are any of those people and you're a smart cookie, it just simply means that Chloe will send you a 10-minute video and then we'll have a little follow-up phone call and see if Mary Kay might be for you or not. Whether it is or not, it helps Chloe learn. So, and as her granny, I love to teach her and love to spend time with her and see her grow and blossom in her business. So those are the 3 questions. Number 1, what your Hollywood hero would pay for you. You're going to write down that on the bottom of your tic-tac-toe. Number 2, if you would like a second date. And number 3, if you are a smart cookie. So you're going to write all of those down. Now what's going to happen is Chloe is going to text you and thank you so much for being on this event today. And she is going to send you that specials sheet and see when you 5 minutes to have a follow-up conversation with her in the next 48 hours. Does that sound right, Chloe? Did I miss anything?
Sounds good.
Excellent. And don't forget, the more points you accumulate, the more chances of winning the petite palette, which you can customize. So, ladies, thank you so much for interacting. Thank you so much for cheering Chloe on. Didn't she do brilliantly? Yeah. I know she did. She looked beautiful. And we'll go back and answer any questions that we weren't able to before. Thank you so much, Emily, for being a fabulous, gracious hostess this evening. And I look forward to seeing you all and hearing all about your makeup discoveries very, very soon. All righty, have a great night from me.
Guys, thanks for coming.